Oh, so good.
I'm absolutely dying. You're right, kids are curious, and this is why American Pie is so funny, right? Because if there's something that has a hole or is warm and wet, men will fuck it.
Welcome back to Muse on the Mic. I'm Riley.
And I'm Emily. Thanks again for joining us on an amazing episode of MUSE On The Mic. Before we get started, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it, of course, comment down below, and you can follow us on social media. All the links are in the caption below. And join us every week on both YouTube and Patreon for all kinds of spicy fun. Riley, what are we doing today?
Today we're going to react with you guys to a shocking video, or maybe it's not so shocking. But either way, it's a video from YouTube from Smoshpit where they're reacting to a Reddit story.
I'm already giggling because this is one of the funniest stories I've heard in a very long time. So I can't wait. I hope this one cracks everybody up because I was in stitches.
Our next story, this title I think might be the most shocking thing so far.
Okay.
This comes from Today I F***ed Up. Today I F***ed up by making a Lego butt plug.
I literally was just joking about Legos, but not butt plugs.
No.
Oh, I just thought about it. Sorry, sensory.
No. The little pegs on top, the corners on the side.
Everything about this is so funny, man.
Oh no.
Well, I know stepping on a Lego
Okay,
hurts, and I know
okay, guys,
suppositories
It
aren't
falls
fun.
apart inside.
It
I
will.
think this is gonna, the shock meter will be going up.
Like a pine cone to
Okay.
the gooch.
Here we go. When I was 13 to 14 and I
Right.
didn't When I was 13 to 14 and I didn't know how to masturbate, I'm a guy, and I used to put objects in my ass for pleasure. It began with pens, marbles, etc.
I'm so sorry. I want to be respectful, but I'm trying so hard to keep a straight face.
Marbles! It began with pens, marbles, etc. I really wanted a butt plug, but my mom regularly checked my online purchases, and there was no way I was going to a physical sex shop. I used to have a huge box of Lego in my room, so I figured that was what I would go on to make my DIY butt toys with. I made some long cylinder shapes that I would put up my butt, an oil container that I would put cooking oil in and use as lube, and the most important, the butt plug. I used a ball-shaped Lego part that was supposed to be a rock and a circular part for the base. I even put glitter glue under the base to make it feel more real. Now, I had learned from my previous mistakes when I almost lost a marble up my ass.
I know how to get it out.
Yeah, reverse Heimlich to the back.
Boom, it's like, and the other kid playing's like, dang it!
Just cutting to a cop with like a kid dead on the ground, like 5 holes in the wall. Like, what do you think happened here, Jim? Well,
It starts the Rube Goldberg machine. Okay,
bird and
okay.
everything.
Okay, God.
Okay. Now, I had learned from my previous mistakes when I almost lost a marble up my ass, so I secured the base so that it wouldn't fall off. I used to have this plug-in all the time, from when going to parties, the beach, or walks, etc. And the night before summer break in 7th grade, I was having a shower and had left the plug laying in my pants on the floor. Suddenly, my mom barges into the bathroom and says something that I don't remember. Then she looks at my pants on the floor, obviously seeing the butt plug, and awkwardly tells me to remember to pick my pants up. I went to bed immediately after the shower, embarrassed as hell, and the next morning I destroyed my butt plug and every other Lego butt toy that I had made. After that day, my family started telling me from time to time that they support me for whoever I am and what gender I love, etc. They had barely ever talked about that before. I was not gay, and I still am not. Okay, we have a,
Was that the end of the story?
That's the end of that story, but I feel we should put this update. An update. I created a brick IO representation of what it looks like.
No.
Now, Jesus Christ. Now,
This looks like someone put a sausage inside an apple, but it's ready to launch into space.
I was gonna say that's like something out of Blade Runner. Like,
There's edges on the rock part.
yeah, it's. Now, my question too. Well, I've got 1,000. The one I'll
My
start.
only question.
The only question I have. The thing I'll start with is like, okay, that right there is on the ground on pants. Mom barges in and is just like, "Don't forget your penis," or whatever she yelled to her son, and then looks at the pants, looks back up and says, "Remember to pick up your pants." The mother like bursts in, looks at that and clocks like, "Hi son, whatever. My son made a butt plug out of Legos. Anyway, don't forget your pants." Click. Like, I'm like,
Right.
I don't know what that is now.
God, she's busy complaining.
About a body pillow. We need to keep stacking, like a Lego.
We only have 2 comments. Someone said, "I'm the one who decided to open Reddit today. It is my fault." Someone else said, "Batman couldn't get this out of me."
Batman could get this. I'm sorry.
Batman.
He's a really good detective.
He could kick you really hard and it would come out.
So hard. Let's see where you can get that butt plug out of here.
Someone said, "So did you manage to find a girl who was into Pago?"
Wow.
There
That
it
part.
is.
I feel. I'm like, do I need to talk about butt plugs?
I talked about the body pillows, Tommy. Let's,
Let the expert handle this one.
we're both here for a reason, okay? They cast us both.
Oh, if you-
No, I mean, this,
Yeah, that would hurt. That's crazy.
Lego Ideas is probably developing something.
Yeah, they made the bonsai tree.
They made the bonsai tree.
Right.
Now they're
Next is
like-
butt plug.
Lego After Dark.
Or whatever it used to be.
Yeah,
Where you can
Bionicle.
turn the wheel. Yeah, Bionicles. Yeah, the pneumato or whatever.
I am shocked this shit didn't break
mask?
apart in his ass.
Absolutely.
Shocked.
He's walking around. He's going to the beach with this.
Yeah, gets hit by one wave.
One wrong sneeze, it's going.
A thing that shocks me that I've heard about a lot is when doctors talk about the amount of things that people put up their butt.
Yep.
Like just all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, marbles. I'm like, dude, that's not smart.
No.
Like as you said,
Well, it
there's
was-
nothing wrong with butt toys, but be safe. Don't
Right.
put things up there that aren't going to come back out.
He was smart to have a base on it.
He constructed this well,
Yeah.
but
But
yeah, shocking scale. That was
shocking scale, I'm going to say 8 or 9.
Yeah,
That was a lot.
it was pretty wild.
What's your.
Whoa, you're losing it.
Up your ass.
Up your ass.
I love that video so much. Riley, what'd you think? I can't even get my words out.
I mean, I think it's really common, probably more common than we hear. Thank God this guy shared his story. Very brave of him. But I mean, how are marbles just being lost? Like, this is not the object to be using. I agree. At least he led with some common sense of making like a base to this butt plug. But wow.
Right? You're a boy mom too, so like I'm sorry. Sorry from now and going forward in advance because whatever they come up with and you come across, Lord have mercy.
You know what I did think while I was listening to that is, how old did he say he was again? 13 or 14?
13 or
But
14, yeah.
I mean, I get the shock as a parent that you you're like, oh shit, okay, I'm leaving, and you reverse out. But really, that should have been a conversation point because you have to assume there's exploration at that age. And
Yeah.
Lego kind of makes sense, but this isn't safe. And son, maybe we should be using different things, and let's talk about this. I think I definitely would have had a conversation opposed to just leading with I'd accept you no matter your sexual orientation, right?
And this is why it's good to have a mom that's a sexpert because that conversation can occur. Because in some places, in some families, they'd be shunned from society. You know
Oh,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
So I love that at the very least, the mom just closed the door and didn't make a big, like, humiliating scene and like cause trauma on the kid. I feel like the fact that he went to bed to say it was traumatic enough. But there's so many like health and danger red flags in this story that it's scary. Like, listen, I experimented myself
Mm-hmm.
as a kid. I wouldn't want to list the things that I stuck in my body. But the object of the exercise was, I think women gear towards, like, if we're talking insertion, what is phallic like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And penises aren't sharp. Lego is very sharp. But using kitchen oil as a lube is just not healthy. I don't think it's dangerous. Not like you're sticking chemicals up there, but it's not made for those like very delicate mucous membranes that could be really like harmful. The edges, the glitter glue to make it feel real and to adhere the base and stuff. I was like, this kid's resourceful.
Yeah.
But once they showed the visual of it, that absolutely took me out because like I'm very curious. The base is genius. Clearly, from losing the marbles, we learned that there has to be an end point, so it doesn't just go right up there. But the part that they called the apple, I'm like, why is it like a canine's friggin' knot right in there? And so this kid's butt has to get from the top over the apple down the rest of the base, and I'm like, wow, at 13 or 14. Listen, I still come to tears from a small penis and and it gets good after a few minutes, but that initial part is like, like it's dreadful until it's not, right? This kid was doing big things at very little age.
Hey guys, welcome back to Just the Tip with Riley. So today is less of a tip and more of a topic, and it's one of my favorite topics. Today we're talking about Muse. So one of the most commonly asked questions Emily and I both get on a daily basis is, I'm new to Muse, what can I expect when I come in? Now my standard answer to that question is all of our sessions include mutual touching, foreplay, erotic massage, and orgasms. But instead of just leaving it at that, today I'm going to walk you through what to actually expect in your first visit at Muse. We're going to cover walking in, choosing your Muse, session options, and mileage. So let's start at the beginning. You're going to walk in and be greeted by one of our beautiful managers. You're likely going to be seated in the lobby, and one by one, all of the Muses will come in and greet you. During this brief encounter, you're going to be able to see what she looks like and kind of get a vibe for her personality. Once you've decided who you want to play with that day, you need to decide on how long of a session you want to have and what type of session. This is something you're going to discuss with our manager. We have a lot of sessions at Muse, guys, so for the sake of simplicity, let's just start with the standard sessions. If this tip isn't enough, subscribe to Patreon for the whole thing. Well, and what's interesting too, I mean, I'm not a boy, so I don't know the things that they like, but I can imagine it being used for like during masturbation or like a sex toy. But the fact that he would insert it and go to parties or to class, he would just live his life. There is something he is craving here that's a little deeper than a sexual fantasy, I have to believe.
1,000%. And I get like the family's inclination to assume that means he must be gay. That's stigma's fault, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think the family has even tried to get their brain to the fact that, oh, wait, our child is now a fetishist. Like, and this is just the beginning. He's gonna gradually grow into this as he gets older. And I like and appreciate that they asked, like, did you find a girlfriend? Because he stated he's straight. Did you find a girlfriend that's into pegging? Because I mean, that's gonna be right up this kid's alley, right?
Oh,
but that's also not just the end of it. This kid could like size. This kid could like depth. He could end up on one of those fucking machines. Like, this doesn't necessarily just mean, oh, pegging is the end line.
Right.
Do this. And what else is he going to get up to? He clearly likes texture. He clearly likes size and size differences, right? Like, I think someone who's already getting into the creativity of like the homemade sex toy vibe, regular standard sex toys might be boring. Personally, I've never owned a Band-Aid colored, veiny, just a dildo that doesn't vibe or do anything, right? To me, I think that's boring. That's my taste. Lots of people love them. But like, I just find a man if that's what I wanted, right? Like, I like sex toys that do something different. This kid's clearly into different because if he just wanted penis-like, they would be a banana. Like, let's be.
And you know what it baffles me too is like the stories that probably come out of the ER. How many times are they pulling things out of, you know, both male and females at that age must be alarming because I think it is really common. And because they don't have access, they're just full of curiosity and they're, you know, doing this homemade stuff and kind of being genius in a sense, but dangerous at the same time.
I mean, he could have used a plethora of things to make something that shape, right? He could have used food. There could have been some tennis balls involved. Like it could have gone many directions. But you know, TLC used to have, like way back in the day, used to have a show called Sex Sent Me to the ER. And they would
Right.
talk about all kinds of weird things like that. People losing many things up their butt or up their vagina, insertion in pee holes and urethras and ears and down my throat, like all these great nipple clamps on for hours, cock rings getting stuck, like things turning purple. Like it was a hilarious show. It was gross because it's
Right.
TLC. This was back when they'd show a lot of the surgery stuff, right? So
Mhm.
like it was a little gory, but they'd kind of ad lib and act the in between with like the nurses coming in and stuff. The acting was horrible, but it was just hilarious because they'd get these stories from real people. And so whatever they're told is kind of what they'd roll with for the script. And so if they're like, oh, then the nurse said to me, then that's what the nurse is going to say in the show. And the way doctors would be like, so they have to be delicate with their words, right? And they'd be like, how did we succumb to these circumstances?
Right.
I need to know what happened just before this. So you can't just go in and say, hey, doc, there's a gerbil up my ass. They need to know how many and how big was this gerbil and what happened before they can even attempt to remove it. Because what are they dealing with? And I remember some of the things being horrifying, like light bulbs and stuff. And I was like, that is the most fragile glass possible.
Right.
I mean, if you cough or something, you're going to shatter that thing up your rectum. So, like, I appreciate more the glitter glue. Probably took some.
Oh, so good.
I was like dying. You're right, kids are curious. And this is why American Pie is so funny, right? Because if there's something that has a hole or is warm and wet, men will fuck it. And if there's something with some texture or a nice smooth, like rounded edge, women will hump it. Like it's just the way it's gonna go. And I just never really took the moment to think, wait a minute, all of these teenage experiments happen in an adult parent's home.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not your sofa that you're bumping, it's theirs. So the people, oh man, the like my brain is racing to all of the things that like your kid's genitals might have been for this, and you're like, spatula, stir the pot. The hairbrush handle was up someone's something. Like, yeah, what a world.
I love it. And I'd love to hear from you guys because let's face it, I know you've got some secrets just like Emily does.
Everybody
What things have you used to insert in your body when you were younger or even now that is not the norm? I'm very curious to hear the
gosh.
answers.
I wish there was more updates or like we could ask the
Yeah.
OP questions because I want to know when he figured out penis masturbation. I want to know if he ever, like, at what point did he combine the two? Because I'm sure that would happen at some point. And if he still practices butt play like that, this kid's going to have a hell of a prostate. I'll say that. Happy November. Because he's like, before he learned to touch his penis, he was literally milking his own prostate with this apple/dog nut.
So funny.
Love this kid. I absolutely love it. 13 is a weird, awkward fucking age. Of all the teenage years, I think 13, 14 is the absolute worst in terms of like the body going haywire. And he's literally living his best life, bringing new life to his toys. Mom's always like, you never play with your Legos anymore. It's like, actually. And the fact that he destroyed an array of them, he like, I destroyed all the cylinders. I can't. Oh my God, why Lego? We couldn't have gone with like Play-Doh or something. It's just make some clay.
That could go bad.
Something else. Something softer. Oh my God, my eyes are crying. I love this story. I love that it was 3 dudes reading it too, because that just made it so much better. Because I know if they had women on there.
And you know what though? I think the guys even though it's a hilarious story, I think there's an element of I understand, man. I've been there. Like I think they
100%.
all know. Maybe it wasn't butt stuff, but they've all crafted something during their masturbation phase of childhood. 100%.
I'm sure. I mean, how old were the kids in American Pie? They were like what, high school, like graduating, right? So they were like 16, 17, something like that. Um, I mean, you hear about it in prison. Men will fuck toilet paper rolls and other
Right.
people's butt, and they'll make a pocket pussy somehow, right? So, like,
Yeah.
fucking things is as old as time. Glory holes, like, all these things exist because men will stick their dick in things. Listen, one of the VP candidate for one of the people running to be the president right now has a hilarious background story where he fucked a sofa. So even between two couch cushions, a little lube and a rubber glove by the details of the story. He slipped that baby right in there and just went to town.
Men
This
are
is where we are in
crazy.
the world. But like, I mean, it makes sense.
Mhm.
Couch cushions are a little heavy. You get some pressure in between.
You can add
Put
some
some lube in
pressure.
that glove. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ride 'em cowboy. It's just, oh God, I can't. I fucking love this story so much. I want to hear everybody's like confessions. Masturbation confessions are hilarious. There's very few people I've told mine to, but I do remember those conversations vividly. And it's very much other people are like, me too.
For sure.
It's so good. Ah, so keep your eyes out on the Lego there, Riley. I think that wraps this one up. My cheeks can't handle any more laughing. I'm
I know it
dying
was
here.
a short one, but it was hilarious. It was good.
Hilarious. Sex is so interesting, and humans make it better. And I feel like there are definitely a few other species that masturbate, like monkeys and stuff, right? But I don't know. I might even look this up. We might have a future episode about the Nature Channel coming up. Are there other animals that supplement and use sex toys? I'm wondering, like, has a something ever fucked a coconut? Like, I don't know. Maybe. Just we're the only ones that like, oh, that looks warm.
I didn't think other species masturbated, but you're right. If any other species does, it's definitely like the monkey chimpanzee family. I can totally
Monkeys
see.
do. And there's a few I know that can like fellatio themselves. Bats can fellatio themselves. I watch weird shit.
Learn something new
Bats have
all the time,
penises that
Emily.
like come up to their face. So to them it's just like
Wow. Very
but I've seen
interesting.
videos like or like if like parents take people to the zoo and they're like, kids don't look. Like usually you expect, oh, the pandas are humping, but instead it's like a monkey just sitting there jacking himself off. They lick butts, they do all kinds of fun stuff, monkeys. It's
Oh,
hilarious. But I don't know if they use sex toys. Like, do they grab a rock somewhere that's smooth and just stick that up their ass? I don't know. Now I'm super curious. I'm gonna Google. Thanks, Smosh.
yes.
All right, guys. I think we'll see you on the next episode. I can't take any more laughter. This was great.
Bye,
See you
guys.
later. Bye, guys.